Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Leo sun and a Cancer Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, the person with this combination may have perhaps some vacillation with introversion and extroversion because Leo sun could be very gregarious and outgoing, but the Cancer Ascendant can project an outer demeanor that is rather introverted, and it could be reserved and somewhat passive and shy. So this person may come across more to others as being this way, as opposed to the more outgoing and sociable, attention-getting Leo. Now, this could be somebody that likes to entertain in their home, for example, and perhaps is a type that might show some Leo attributes and characteristics in their home, showcasing their abilities perhaps in their home life or with their family members. This could be someone, though, that will certainly come across more, at least in most instances, as far as the sign Cancer goes, as opposed to Leo. Now, Cancer Ascendant can be sensitive to things and to their surroundings in general, and if they get hurt, that Leo pride inside their inner self, which is the sun sign, that pride could really be wounded very strongly. Now, when I look at this, you got to remember that, okay, as I've said in previous videos, that the sun sign represents our basic wants, and the rising sign or ascendant can be the manner or method in which one attains these wants. So for the sun in Leo, notoriety, recognition, getting praise, achievements in general, also things connected with just pride in general, and really in being dominant in some way are our basic wants for the zodiac sign Leo. And having as far as the sun in Leo goes, I should say. Now, the Cancer Ascendant, well, perhaps this person attains these wants, not always in a direct manner, much like the crab that moves side to side. Sometimes it can be indirect to some degree. However, the zodiac sign Cancer rising can be tenacious, and this could be done with that Cancer tenacious ability, that clinging ability. It could be done. Perhaps these Leo wants can be attained through nurturing, or perhaps through their intuition to some degree. It could be done perhaps through some collaboration with family members, or perhaps in a Cancer like occupation, zodiac sign Cancer occupation, such as perhaps home renovation, being a chef, cooking, perhaps some kind of remodeling, real estate. It can be from maybe some nurturing professional one, in which one is very empathetic toward others. It could even be perhaps doing something, helping somebody in terms of maybe, I guess you could say even a physician is a caring type position, something in which they show that care and compassion for others. Well, also what's important to look at is the aspect that the Leo sun makes to the Cancer Ascendant. Now, in some cases, you could have the out of sign conjunction take place. Now, if you have let's say, for example, your sun in Leo is 2 degrees and your Cancer Ascendant is 28 degrees. This would form an out of sign conjunction, which could be very intensifying and amalgamating. It could really merge these energies very strongly together. Now, another example is you could have, let's say, you could have actually an out of sign sextile aspect take place, which is auspicious and positive. Now, let's say you have the Leo sun at 29 degrees and you have a Cancer Ascendant at 1 degree. That would form an out of sign sextile aspect, and you could have these energies, even though because they're adjacent by sign, they're basically neutral. You could have a more positive blending with them, integration of these energies through the sextile aspect. If you have the Sun, Leo Sun, say 29 degrees, Cancer Ascendant at 1 degree, that would form an out of sign sextile aspect, and you could have a more positive blending of the energies. Now, let's say, as far as a minor aspect goes, you could have a semi-sextile. Let's say, for example, you have the Sun in Leo at 12 degrees and a Cancer Ascendant at 11 degrees. This would form an out-of-sign just semi-sextile aspect is what I'm going to say on this. And that would be, that could be slightly positive, because it's a minor aspect and it can be positive, and it could be auspicious, but it's not as intense as an actual sextile aspect, and you could have certain positive blending of this energy. Now, another possibility is having a semi-square aspect. Let's say you have the Leo Sun at 28 degrees and a Cancer Ascendant at 13 degrees. This would form a semi-square aspect, and that could be slightly adverse, and you might have some feelings of exasperation and tension because of this, and you could perhaps feel at times maybe being not as much as if it were a square aspect, but you might have those feelings of being perhaps misconstrued or misunderstood by others, even if you're not cognizant of these astrological placements, because you may feel you're projecting a different self than what is going on inside. Well, let's say also what's important is where the Sun in Leo is located by house position. Let's say you have the Sun in Leo in the first house. Well, this may come out more prominently or more strongly than the typical person that would have the Leo Sun and Cancer Ascendant combination, because it falls in the first house of the outer personality, and these energies of the Sun sign Leo might be shown more readily to others as opposed to being in another house, and also because the first house is the first impression, and it's connected with the outer personality and the self, and it's like and even though the person might exhibit more Cancer characteristics, because that would be the ascendant, they might come out more, this fact that the first house, we look at this as far as that first house goes, it's very important. In the first 4th, 7th, and 10th houses, the strength of the planets can be stronger. And because of that, it might come out more prominently in the first as opposed to other, as far as the Leo Sun characteristics. Now, let's say if it's in the second house, this person might show that Leo, Sun and Leo dominance, perhaps connected with their possessions and income generated, and you might see that strong magnanimous quality come out as far as that goes. As far as the Leo Sun energy is. Now, let's say that somebody has the Leo Sun in their third house. Well, this person might like to shine in matters connection with communication, and perhaps with brothers and sisters if applicable, and and a lot of that energy might come out perhaps in their short journeys, perhaps as well. So those are some things to look at as far as that, and you might see this person show that more extroverted energy with their brothers and sisters as well. Now, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Leo and a Cancer Ascendant in the natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Leo and a Leo Ascendant in the natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.